One is to make food microbiologically and chemically safe. Okay. Then second one is to provide product of highest quality. It improves the flavor, color, and texture. And third one is to make food into forms that are convenient, ease of use. Okay, jam is the processed food from fruits, and it is convenient than the raw food. You can place into refrigerator, you can place into kitchen, you can place in your living room. Okay, so it is the convenience. Okay, it is easy to handle, and it is easy to available even in the off season. That means this convenience, right? So there are actually two methods of food processing. I have grouped into two. This is physical and the chemical method. And the chemical method, pasteurized, for milk, frying, for potatoes or some food, fermentation. That this is fermentation for making sinki and gundruk. Okay, then baking and cooking, biscuits and bakery items. And blanching, that for very freezing stored products. Before cooking, you used to clean it with hot water. Then irradiation. If now this irradiation is very popular for international commodity export program. And drying is very common. After drying, you can store the food grains or feed grains. The canning, the canned products in shopping centers, you can buy it. And then extrusion cooking, that means this is actually extrusion is making the heat treatment, and it changes the solid particle into gel-like particle, and it then into ribbon-like shape. You can cut it and make and fold it. Okay, this is extrusion cooking. Then in chemical methods, then you maintain the pH balance, the control of water ability, and the use of food additives, then intermediate moisture food IMF preparation, okay, the moisture reduction. They are under the chemical method. So let's go to one by one. It is the from pasteurization of physical method. Then pasteurization is the process of heating a food, usually a liquid, to or below its boiling point for a defined period of time. And this process is very common in milk processing, and the purpose of pasteurization is to destroy all pathogens, reduce the number of bacteria, inactivate enzymes, and extend shelf life of the milk product mainly, or some juices. This method is also done to prolong the life of fruit juices. Okay, not only to milk, and for fruit juices, this is also common. Then the next, during the pasteurization, the iodine content of the milk varies greatly, and we believe there is no iodine. Okay, because iodine is very heat labile, and a 20% reduction in iodine has been reported with pasteurization. Then vitamin C is also heat sensitive, and oxidation of vitamin C occurs largely up to 20% following pasteurization. If you pasteurize these citrus fruit juices, then in particular pasteurization destroys these intrinsic enzymes that contribute to immunity as well as the digestive enzymes. So these changes are associated with pasteurization, and these are not highly desirable in sense of human health. Then other nutrients which are destroyed in pasteurization but in small quantities are fruit and milk sugar, and the loss of flavors. Then natural antimicrobial, this is phytochemicals are lost, and most of the B vitamins are lost. And only a 1% decrease in biologic value of protein observed following pasteurization. But there is very nominal changes to the protein content, except these flavor and antimicrobial, this is phytochemicals. Okay. So then let's go to frying. It is common, and frying is unit operation which is mainly used to alter the eating quality of the food, and it is normally the thermal destruction of microorganisms. and enzymes, and a reduction in water activity at the surface of food are secondary advantages of frying. And in frying, the fat absorption by the food products varies from 10 to 40%, depending on the time of food is immersed in oil. When you fry with oil, the fat content of the food is increased. Then it causes oxidation of the oil to form a range of volatile carbonyls, hydroxy acids, keto acids, epoxy acids, causing unpleasant flavors and darkening of the oil. Okay? This is another drawback of frying. And later, this oxidation of fat soluble vitamins in the oil results in a loss of nutritional value, and these retinol carotenoids are each destroyed and contribute to the changes in flavor and color of the oil. Frying the food it also disturbs the food value of oil itself. Continue. Sorry. During frying, the vitamin B and C losses occurs, but it's very low. And thiamine is one of the most important vitamins of the B group. Fortunately, thiamine losses are lower in case of frying, near about 30%. 30% loss on thiamine loss again, vitamin A is lost along with oxidation of unsaturated fatty acids during the heating. Let's see who is coming. Nobody. There is almost no loss of vitamin A, but in deep fried vegetables, losses of beta carotene is obvious, and beta carotene could migrate into the frying oil. Just the vitamin food vitamin A precursor, it can migrate from food to oil. Right? So this is drawback of frying. Then fermentation, making alcohols, making yeast, and this making other fermented food, and just yogurt making is a kind of fermentation. And fermentation in food processing typically is the conversion of carbohydrates to alcohols and carbon dioxide or organic acids using yeast, bacteria, or a combination of yeast and bacteria under anaerobic conditions. So fermentation usually implies that the action of microorganism is desirable, and the process is used to produce alcoholic beverages. Okay, then fermentation that decreases some vitamins and mineral availability, and many fermented foods such as soy sauce contain a significant amount of alcohol. Okay, then according to research, the level of vitamin B12 may be reduced by fermented foods. Then another acid that results from fermentation loss is vitamin C. Then baking and cooking, let's go to the bread making process. And during baking process, there is loss of nutrients up to 5 to 15%, and coagulation of proteins, that means denaturalization of proteins, caramelization of sugars. So this caramelization means the soluble sugar in bread becomes a bit dark, okay, that forms into caramel color.